talk about a lot. We talk about the problem that's going on in the world. We also talk about positive things to be able to enrich the growth of the young individuals out here in the world. We also touch on different conversations, different subjects. I want to thank y'all for like, sharing, subscribing, and coming to the YouTube page. Also at the Facebook page. You also can follow me on Just Fam Entertainment on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all over Just Fam Entertainment. And I thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have been real, real great to us. And like I said, you also can be able to tune in until we have the concession stand food trailer where we broadcast right in Memphis, Tennessee, the heart of Memphis, Tennessee. Y'all can tune in with me on there, and then you also can be able to just tune in to Stands Detailing. We also had a mobile detailing service, and where we also detail cars, and we also pressure wash home. You also can tune in and catch me as far as music recording, where Just Family Entertainment is not just a one-way show. We do multiple things as far as business-wise. We also teach the young upcoming entrepreneurs on business, production, and different things like that as far as with music. We record music. We do a lot of things, mix, masters, all type of things. And like I say, we do auto mechanic work. Like I can say, it's basically giving back to the youth. So, like I say, thank you for subscribing and being a good person to the channel and tap back in. What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? I'm back again, trying to at least do two a day. We back at it again. Okay. Now I remember I was telling y'all about this case that I followed. Uh, I followed a lot of cases in Chicago, Dallas, and different things like that. So it's this one case that I've been following with this guy. Shout out to Jedediah Brown. I followed Jedediah Brown and a few other people. I just name right off right now, but I followed. Then one thing that he did that I had followed, I started following him doing a little bit before the Kanika Jenkins case, I want to say. Because I was seeing things on him, but I never followed him. So I had been following him heavy around the Kanika Jenkins case. And it went a little long for me following him until it started, going on live regularly to see the stuff he was talking about, because what had got me about the guy, he's an activist. My brother Jedediah Brown is the activist. And I just knew he didn't take no shit. So alone to lead me to where he at now actually fighting is in Dalton. In Dalton is in part of Chicago. You have a Mayor Tiffany Henyard, and she ain't just a mayor, she's a supervisor. So she's a mayor and a supervisor. So she call herself super mayor. But she's a mayor in Dalton, and then she's a supervisor in Thornton Township. You can follow the Thornton Township page. You also can follow the Dalton page, Township page, or whatever. All is there. Jedediah Brown with Investigate, Advocate. You can follow those guys. And but what put me on back to Jedediah, because I had been off him for I know about a good 5 6 months. But what put me back on to him was he had some allegations had came with a guy with sexual assault, Andrew Holmes. I had remember hearing back then when Jedediah was in fighting on the case with Kanika Jenkins. I had heard a couple times with the guy Andrew Holmes. I had heard that's when I had heard his name. Not saying that he was associated with Jedediah Brown, but saying that he was around that part of the area. So what I had got came upon was he say some allegations about a young lady that was a young lady that was sexual assaulted, and I was like, let me follow her. So I followed her, and there was this guy Andrew Holmes, and he was served on the board of Dalton, on the Dalton board in Chicago. Jedediah Vine took the trips there. And I know that he would never give a response on it. But it alone what led me on to with Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Somewhere down the lines, it's supposed to have been reported to her that this happened because they had went on a trip. All this is allegedly. But they supposed to, quote unquote, went on a trip. They supposed to be, quote unquote, paid for with the tax people money. I don't know. This, quote unquote, all this is allegedly. And what's supposed to have happened, she reported it, but it did never get reported, and it was in Las Vegas. It didn't ever get reported actually back to Tiffany Henyard to report it on her side of the town. But what happened was it came out. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and get into the video and pull up some of the video so y'all can get what I'm trying to tell y'all.
Maybe the most chaotic meeting yet in troubled South suburban Dalton.
Nate Rogers sorting out another confrontation involving the mayor, the board, and the public. Nate.
Yeah, guys, this Board of Trustees meeting ended early tonight with 4 trustees actually walking out abruptly. The village clerk left early as well. First, I want to paint a picture of what all we were able to experience. It was very chaotic, and to be quite honest with you, frankly honest with you, it was even scary at times for those of us that were inside of the meeting. There were folks banging on the windows and doors of the village hall. About 100 residents showed up at the meeting tonight, but only 42 residents were allowed inside. They had to walk through metal detectors, and they were wanded down. Before I take you inside of the meeting, I want you to listen to what happened outside first.
Let us in! Let us in!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
But at least the majority of the people in Dalton should be able to think like the mayor does. She's scary. She's absolutely scary.
Why can't we get in our public building to have meetings? Why are meetings being canceled? Why can't we have transparency what's going on with our tax dollars?
Several residents calling on Dalton Mayor and Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard to resign. She's been criticized for mismanaging village funds and dividing the Board of Trustees. The meeting comes amid a sexual harassment and retaliation complaint against Henyard. A former employee says she was sexually assaulted during a work trip in Las Vegas last year. The complaint says the employee was disoriented and unsure how she woke up inside a village trustee's hotel room. When she woke up about the former employee's claims, when she spoke up, about the claims, she was retaliated against, she says, and later fired. The FBI is now looking into village practices.
You know what happened in Vegas. You know what happened. And you should be addressing it, saying something to the residents about it.
I have cancer. Of course I do. Tiffany stole money from a cancer foundation. How dare you? How dare you steal? And I helped you with your campaign. How dare you steal from us? I had to buy my wigs. Are you going to reimburse me for the wigs that I've been spending my money on?
And they say that you're the worst mayor in America. I agree.
Now, no one is in custody, and no charges have been filed following that former employee's complaint. Also, the trust.
So as you can see, you see that the Dalton residents, they basically showing frustration, man. These folks frustrated. These Dalton residents, they frustrated. Like they not taking none back. They saying that she don't communicate with them. They ask her questions. She don't answer the questions. in the board meet. She set the board meetings at times when she want to set the times. It like when they want to get into their building, they shit out on their building. Like they not getting answers from their mayor. And which you should, as having a mayor, you should be able to get answers. You should have answers at all time when it comes to the mayor, because the mayor work for the people. The people is in charge, and that's what they don't understand. And she not only is a mayor, she's a supervisor. So she a mayor and a supervisor. But these people is not letting up off her. They said she's stealing money, laundry money, all this allegedly. Now, don't come after me. Don't come out to stand, because, like I said, I'm on reporting what I see on the internet and what it's showing. You know, because like if someone come over with something against me, I'm going to defend myself on the internet. I don't care who you. I'm going to defend myself on the internet if I feel it ain't right. The same way I feel like with Andrew Holmes. He was asked a question, he never did answer. And I'm gonna show that video too. I got that video on standby too. So we're gonna get back into it.
The accused was absent from tonight's meeting. Residents said that trustees should resign as well. Residents also wore blue ribbons in support of victims of sexual abuse. Now, back out here live, just a little bit more on background. We've learned that this was the first time that metal detectors were used. The acting police chief saying that they received credible threats even today about this meeting, and that's why folks were taken through metal detectors and wanded down. Again, 4 out of their 6 trustees did
like they
leave
just
the
a
meeting
home. We the
early.
people.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard did criticize those board of trustees for leaving, saying that she really wanted to accomplish some of the business of the village, and as a result, she was unable to do so. Of course, we'll continue to stay on this story and keep you up.
Like I said, you know, she basically shit them folks out of bed. Like she didn't want to understand. She ain't want to talk to nobody. Like she ain't got an understanding with nobody. Like nothing. I'm gonna go back to the picture of my guy Jetta down here. That's who I follow. That's how I basically got a hold to about this story. But I never ever reached out. This Jetta down in the black. I never reached out to get my comment about her or nothing. You know, because I feel like everybody deserved their first shot. So what I always did was this search the video from my side, from one side, this side of her, and then from the other side of her. Not just one side, but both sides. And on her side, it's not a response. You know, not especially in direct to the questions that people asking. So I'm gonna bring this other video up here and get y'all. I think I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more about it before I get into the you know, the sexualization about Andrew Dalton. It's on here. I'm they're separate, but I'm gonna run this one first.
Request for the payroll has been asked for on 2 occasions via email and no answer. So as it stands right now, we've gone a month and a half. The last.
This Mr. House, Mr. House, he's one of the guys that's on the trustee board of the village of Dalton. He's on the trustee board where she served for as a mayor. And basically, you know, I guess she shit out. Let's hear what you got to say.
Payroll that I've seen was September 1st, and we want to make sure we have this information before the next board meeting to be able to vote on it.
Hi you guys, welcome back. So this video is going to be on the board taking action to get things kind of moving along as far as Tiffany's administration not giving them the information they need about payroll of all things. So let's hear Trustee Jason House kind of explain the reasonings why they needed to go ahead and make this rule or ordinance regarding them not getting the information they need for payroll.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is discussion and possible action regarding ordinance number 21 amending ordinance 1-6-4 powers and duties.
So this is your mayor right here. This is Mayor Tiffany Henyard. You know, she have a whole lot of allegations on her, you know, as far as, you know, running a corrupt board or whatever. And she They accuse her of approving bills without going through the trustees, which all bills got to be approved through the trustees. They accuse her of all this, and she don't care. You know, she been vetoed. They try to veto her, all type of different things. So, but this is Tiffany Henyard.
Trustee House.
Thank you very much. This ordinance was put up here authorizing the finance department or department heads to have conversations or to speak with the board members regarding issues or questions that they may have. I will say I put this up here specifically because there are a couple of times that I made phone calls in to department heads and they were instructed that the administration or mayor or administration would not allow for that. So I'm asking that we move this forward so that way the department heads have the access to make sure that they speak with the board members to get the information we're looking for.
Okay, so pretty straightforward. Jason is stating that they want to put this ordinance in place because they feel that Tiffany's staff is not getting them the information they need. Let's hear Tiffany's response.
Okay. Well, I hate to hear that because I never instructed anybody not to give you any payroll reports. Why would I do that? So, Chris, you're on here. Chris?
So this is where she passes the buck. Okay, so Chris is the finance guy, so she's going to have him explain what's going on when really she should know what's going on. But, you know, of course, she's going to act like she doesn't. Let's go ahead and hear Chris.
So, Chris, you're on here. Chris? So we're going to get it cleared up right now. And this is what I state to you guys all the time. If y'all have an issue or something's not being done or maybe got just dropped at the wayside for whatever reason, you guys can call my phone.
Okay, you guys, I thought Chris was going to come on, but then again, you know, I have to remind myself, look at who's talking, you know, look who we're dealing with. She's going to get some extra words in. She's going to, you know, get in there and, you know, she has to put up her smoke and mirrors. She has to put up some forms of deflection first before she lets anyone else come in and talk. At this point, she actually talked so much trying to defend herself and blame the trustees for not reaching out to her enough that she forgot that she was supposed to let Chris talk. Or was it actually a mistake? Did she mean to do that on purpose? Did she really want them to try to forget that he was actually supposed to address what's going on? Let's go ahead and watch.
And with that being said, I've always gotten the information, so why would I not give it to you guys now? So that's the direction. Any other questions or concerns?
I thought Chris was going to elaborate on that because I want to make sure that I'm completely understanding because I'm here. Which is also why I prefer the email, so that way there is documented communication. I'm not here to lie on anybody else, not only the mayor, Chris, anybody. The first couple of times that I had these concerns, I spoke about them privately, but I mean, trying to email it was documented, and I would love for Chris to kind of tell me, am I crazy when we spoke or what?
Okay, so Chris told you that I said you can have it? Is that what you're stating now, or what are you stating? Yes. I didn't get the question.
Yes.
Okay, Chris, come on.
Okay, so last time we spoke about this, it was my understanding that the board to run these through you, these payroll reports that basically are the earnings from each payroll and the differences between last payroll and current payroll, and the subsequent report that's attached to that, any new changes in payroll. So any new hires, any changes in salaries, any of those types of items. Last we spoke, I was to run those through you.
Okay. So, Chris, that's not true as it relates to run through me, as it relates to payroll reports.
Oh my goodness. So she's throwing Chris under the bus right now, of course. Totally make up something, right? But it sounds like something Tiffany Henyard would do. And that's my honest opinion. She continuously contradicts herself. And then as we see here, she has no problem throwing anyone else under the bus, even people that are on her administration. Let's continue to watch.
I tell you, just like I tell anybody, when anybody come in and ask for certain items, y'all know my phone number, call me and let me know. That's what I've told anybody that works here for me. So what I'm saying to you with a payroll report, why would I need you to give me the payroll report for the staff? Why would I need that? I don't need that. I got the same information that you're giving to the board. Why would I have to give you the okay to say, give them the payroll report or give them the warrant list? All those items, I've always told you to give it to them. Even when you told me that Jason came in and asked for it, I told you to what? Give it to him. So let's get it clear for the record since we're talking about it. So I don't have to lie about anything like that. That's why I'm saying it verbally out of my mouth to the board and you, Chris. Give them whatever they want or need so that no one is going behind my back saying that I said something that I did not say. Because what am I going to do with a payroll report? What would be the reason for me keeping a payroll report from the Board of Trustees?
I think anyone with a half a brain could figure out why she might want to keep the payroll report from the trustees, because she doesn't want them seeing who's on it, if there's any raises that were put in there without, their approval. A number of reasons.
And see, that's the thing, they had already been pushing, saying that she had been approving raises to people that the board hadn't even approved raises for. So the board was like, they're not gonna vote in certain things up in the bill because they don't want to go bankrupt because of the stuff that you're doing. The stuff that she was doing, but causing them to, So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit to go into Miss Kiana Voucher. She more got in it. She more.
Clerk Keith, can you please call the roll?
Mayor, let me recognize.
Yeah, go ahead. And just so y'all know, we got one more item and it's 10:20.
So as we can see, Tiffany stood by her original position, which was Chris was lying and that those were not her directions to him. So let's go ahead and hear Trustee Kiana Belcher, because she's saying, basically the same thing that
this Trustee Kiana Belcher right here, she don't give her no slack. She knows she corrupt. She know that the mayor corrupt. That's in her opinion. Allegedly, everything I'm saying is alleged. This allegedly through what the system where I have seen on the internet, not my, you know what I'm saying. So this is what she got to say.
Jason House said. Let's listen.
I am so glad you just stated that publicly, because I've actually even put in a FOIA and haven't received anything as an elected official. And I also, myself and Trustee Norwood, has been on the phone with Chris, and we were directed that he had to speak to the mayor. So for you to say that you haven't said it, I applaud you that this has been publicly known, because the conversations that we've had in trying to get items that we want to verify before we make informed decisions has not been provided to us. So thank you for saying that, and hopefully the information that is being requested is provided to us in a timely manner, especially if it's something that we have to vote on.
So I feel that Trustee Kiana Belcher gave the mayor her credit for speaking up in public and holding Chris accountable, because from what we can see from the outside looking in,
that's right. If you ask for like I'm there, be honest with you. That's right. If you asking for transparency and you want everything to be judged, you want to be dealt right, you got to hold people accountable. Now, this is the first time I can say I'm seeing any kind of footage where Vulture, Kiana is giving her any kind of, props, because they haven't been seeing eye to eye. But in this case, she could apply her because she put this person under the bus and told them what you supposed to tell them when they when they wrong. When they wrong, you supposed to tell them.
Chris is not defending himself, that he may have been lying. And so that's what Trustee Kiana Belcher is saying. I commend you for saying that in public and just basically setting the record straight for us. But let's hear the mayor's reaction, because it's really interesting, because I feel like Kiana Belcher was trying to extend an olive branch, so to say, unless I'm reading into that wrong. You guys let me know if you feel like there was something to this, something more like an undertone to it that I didn't catch. But from what I could see, I felt like she was.
Okay, so I know, again, nothing about that, and I just said it. I'm going to say it again for you. I just said it. Call my phone if you had a problem, Trustee Belcher. So obviously it wasn't big enough problem for you to call the mayor to get it addressed. So as it relates to FOIAs, I'm not over FOIAs. So let's get it clear when everybody keep putting stuff out there. The mayor don't do FOIAs. I don't respond to a FOIA. That's the clerk's office. So if it's something you did not get, you need to contact her office to make sure you get that item. As it relates to financials, again, I just stated that and I'm saying it again. Any financial information that you guys want, you can receive. I'm not holding to it. I'm not holding it up. It is for everyone. Even community can basically for your financials here in the village of Dalton and get the information. So that's why I'm saying to you again publicly. I didn't say that. That's untrue as it relates to you guys getting information. And I just told Chris to give y'all the information that y'all need. So if it's something you need, make sure you get it from him. But I will say this and add this to it. You guys do not run day-to-day operations. As it relates to going into people's departments or interrupting their work schedule, you guys have to stop doing that and make sure that y'all either send them an email so that they can oblige to whatever it is that some of you guys go and request them of. So just make sure we can keep that in line, then it's fine. I have no issues.
Okay, so it looks like Tiffany is definitely on the defense, okay? Not a position we haven't seen her in before. But at the same time, if she is telling...
Well, if she not on the fence, like she's supposed to be trying to cooperate a long time ago. She's supposed to have been trying to cooperate a long time ago. Even when the allegations had went back, when they said the allegation. So let's get let me skim through that a little bit more, see if I get y'all a little bit more closer.
In reference, just to clear up the FOIA situation, the only reason I FOIA'd it is because I wasn't able to get it. So I'm a resident before an elected official. So that was the only reason. So I understand that you're not over the clerk's office, but I just wanted to be clear on why I did that, because I tried to obtain it as being an elected official to make an informed decision and wasn't given the information. So that's the only reason that was done. So I just want to be very clear on that.
They want to give her
thank you so much.
The information she needs.
Right, but you just stated that you FOIA something and didn't get it. And what I'm saying to you, if you didn't get it, I got nothing to do with FOIAs or whatever information come back from the FOIA officer, which is the
they
clerk.
work for you.
Oh my goodness, you guys. I really don't think Tiffany listens. And I know a lot of you are probably like, oh, duh, you're just coming to this conclusion.
She don't listen, nor does she get it. Well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this right here, though. I'm gonna do this right here because this something I don't get. This right here is something I don't get. How this right here didn't get reported.
Hearing from the woman at the center of a lawsuit involving Dalton Village trustee Andrew Holmes and the mayor, Tiffany Henyard. The woman accuses Holmes of sexually assaulting her. NBC5's Regina Waldrop has been working on this story for several months.
She's the mayor's former assistant, and we want to make it very clear, we did not interview her. She provided us with a link to a pre-taped statement that details what she says happened during and after a taxpayer-funded trip to Las Vegas. She says she's a survivor of an assault, and the time has come to share her story.
But this has been a long journey for me already.
Fania Dukes filed a civil lawsuit against her old boss, Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, and trustee Andrew Holmes, accusing Holmes of assault.
I got the full interview. I got her full interview. It's a whole nother separate video I'm gonna do on that.
I'm fighting for a sister that doesn't have a voice. I'm fighting for a sister that's scared.
The incident allegedly occurred May 24th last year during an economic development trip to Las Vegas that's now under federal investigation. On that trip, Henyard, a handful of Village and Thornton Township reps, and trustee Andrew Holmes, whom Fania called Uncle Drew.
He made everyone feel comfortable. I've even been in places by myself with him, in cars, wherever, by myself, plenty of times before ever anything. And he's never gave me an inkling of he'll harm me, he will make a pass at me. He's never done any of that.
According to the suit, after dinner and walking the Las Vegas Strip with trustee Holmes, Fania felt disoriented and ultimately blacked out.
Until my last memory was me waking up in his room.
The suit details a conversation between Fania and Officer Byron Miles when they returned from Las Vegas. Miles was a member of Henyard's security detail at the time. He claimed Holmes told him he had unprotected sex with Fania in Las Vegas. The suit also alleges Holmes, in a video call to Officer Miles, showed Fania partially undressed in his hotel bed. Officer Miles advised Fania to seek medical care according to the law.
What? You mean to tell me she went on a trip, trusted all them? They might get intoxicated, I don't know. I can't say, but you know, usually when people go on a trip, they do get a little intoxicated or whatever. But you mean to tell me they went on a trip and she trusted everybody around her? Him, Andrew Holmes, which is called Uncle Drew. All this alleged. I can't say whether Mr. Holmes did this or didn't. I can't say whether it's true or not. I can't say. I'm just only reporting what's said out here. I'm just only bringing the news, the awareness to it. I don't know if it's true or not. But if it's true that this did happen and she reported it to you, Miss Tiffany Henyard, mayor of Dalton in Chicago, super mayor of the town home, the Thornton town home. If this true, woo woo woo, the FBI finna come for you. She said she reported it, and she don't think she getting a fair shot with far as the system with how they treat her in Las Vegas. But the thing was, I'm about to do my research on it. I'm familiar with it, but if I quote me wrong, comment back and let me know if I'm saying it wrong. But excuse me, it was her, Miss Henyard boyfriend, a few details, a couple police officers, and some more females or whatever. They was deep. I think it was like 15 or 16 of them, if I'm not mistaken. They went on a trip to Las Vegas. And this girl just all of a sudden remember waking up in her room. So when she woke up and had her phone, she called the closest person she knew was was the officer. Was an officer. I can't get his name right off. I should have wrote it down, but I'm gonna get it back. His name was officer. I'm gonna go back and when we come back to my memory, I'm gonna tell y'all. But it was an officer. She had contacted him, and he had went on a trip with them too. And he said when he found, he told her she need to report it. She said she gonna report it, so she went to report it. And he called Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes said he had told her he had unprotected sex for her. So we do got right now saying clarification that he did have sex with her because he told the officer that, and they got proof of him saying it. The man far as went and got showed video of the girl in the room naked. Come on, bro, who does that? But this reported back to Miss Tiffany Henyard, and she done nothing about it. Let's go. Let's talk about it.
Lawsuit.
You're the only person that stood up for me, opened your mouth.
According to the lawsuit, Fania claims she was fired shortly after bringing the accusation against Holmes to Henyard. Officer Miles was removed from his role in the mayor's
Miles, y'all. This is nice. Officer Miles.
Miles has also filed a civil lawsuit, and the Department of Human Rights launched an investigation. The village told us in a statement it conducted a thorough investigation into the allegations led by an independent third party. It goes on to say Officer Miles was interviewed and denied knowing anything about the allegations. Ms. Dukes refused to cooperate with our investigation, it says. This is nothing more than two disgruntled village employees trying to make off with taxpayers' hard-earned dollars. The village looks forward to defending these allegations. Trustee Holmes didn't respond to our repeated requests for a comment. Fania says she started a foundation to support women like her.
Hoping that if you are a victim, please find your way to contact me or any of my people, and we're going to help you. Because you need a voice, and if you don't have your own voice, I will be.
Dalton trustees hired Lori Lightfoot, Chicago's former mayor, to lead an investigation into Dalton's mayor. Tonight's village board meeting gets underway at 6:30. In Dalton, I'm Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
Lots of action in South suburban Dalton tonight. It is the first board meeting since 3 subpoenas were served on the village. Also tonight, we are hearing from a former employee who says a trustee and well-known community activist assaulted her. NBC5's Regina Waldrop was at tonight's board meeting.
Outside and inside Dalton's Village Hall, residents demanding to be heard.
And the FBI know. They know everything you're doing.
We want better in our community. Period. When it's going to take next election, we got to vote her out.
In the group that gathered before the board meeting, the mayor's ex-assistant, Tiffany Henyard.
At first, it was like it was just
me
by myself.
And I meant to tell y'all, she was an assistant to, when she went on this trip with them, she was the assistant to the mayor. She was the assistant to the mayor at that time when they went on that trip. So when she came out and said something about it when they got back, and when before coming from over there, she got fired. She fired her. The mayor had fired her. She was an extra assistant to the mayor working for her.
And a year later, for me to see y'all standing with me, thank you. Thank you so much.
Dukes has filed a civil lawsuit against her old boss, Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard and trustee Andrew Holmes, the latter of whom she accuses of assaulting her. Dukes issued this pre-taped interview earlier in the day describing the lawsuit's allegations.
This has been a long journey for me already.
In the video, she details what she says happened before and after an incident that allegedly occurred almost a year ago during a taxpayer-paid economic development trip to Las Vegas. On that trip, Henyard, a handful of Village and Thornton Township reps, and trustee Holmes, whom she called Uncle Drew. According to the suit, after dinner and walking the Vegas Strip with Holmes, Dukes felt disoriented and ultimately blacked out.
Until my last memory was me waking up in his room.
Holmes was not at the meeting and did not respond to our repeated requests for a comment. Dalton police officer Byron Miles was also on that Vegas trip.
That's what I'm saying right there. Andrew Holmes, as I've been following this case, and you ain't gave a respond to nobody. You need to respond, my brother, Andrew Holmes. Clear your name. Speak out about this. You can contact me at JustFam, ENT, or youngstan36@gmail.com. I love to be able to let you come on here to clear your name. Same way as Miss Tiffany Henyard, I love for you to be able to come on here and clear your name. I have no problem with it, but I can tell you what it looks like now. Like Dalton is corrupt. You know, because when you get things that's being reported and they don't get reported because you're an active male, you don't want the attention on you, it's wrong. It's wrong. Do you imagine the amount of trauma that you put on a person to have to relive that every day? You know, so it's like this here. You're not right, Mayor, if you've done this. You're not right, Mr. Holmes, if you've done this. All this other is allegedly now, not what I said, not, this was allegedly what the internet said. The video said, you see it, we look at the videos. Well, we're going to get on into it a little more.
He's also filed a civil lawsuit accusing Henyard of retaliation after he says he was demoted from her security detail for speaking out about what allegedly happened in Vegas.
You're the only person that stood up for me, opened your mouth.
The Village told us in a
got demoted. They demoted Officer Miles, was interviewed and denied knowing any about the allegation. Ms. Duke refused to cooperate with our investigations. That's what they say. But Mr. Miles got demoted because he spoke out about what happened in Vegas. What was reported to him that didn't get reported to them. I'm going to say that again. What was reported to him didn't get reported to them. They supposed to report that to the Las Vegas Police Department, but they didn't. That's a sign of corruption. It's something you hide.
Statement, it conducted a thorough investigation into the allegations led by an independent third-party company. It goes on to say Officer Miles was interviewed and denied knowing anything about these allegations. It says Ms. Dukes refused to cooperate with the investigation and that this is nothing more than two disgruntled Village employees.
But trustees maintained there was never any third-party investigation. They recently hired former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot as a special investigator. But Mayor Henyard says trustees don't have the authority to hire Lightfoot.
You know, it's veto power. So how dare you think you could come in someone's town and start working or doing something, even though we sent something stating it's illegal. We cited the code and everything in here, and she will not be paid for services.
Lightfoot was to be paid $400.
But see that she ain't want that. I won't care what you play to bring your investigation in. Your investigator in, bring them on in. If I ain't done nothing wrong, I won't even care. I won't be trying to stop it. But when you trying to stop it, they let you know there's something you're trying to hide.
An hour, but at this point it's unclear if she will continue working without payment. Her investigation expected to be completed in 60 days. Reporting from Dalton, I'm Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
Regina, we know you will stay on it. Thank you so much.
New developments tonight in the criminal investigation happening in South Suburban Dalton. NBC5 News has confirmed another subpoena was delivered at Village Hall earlier this week, requesting specific information about Mayor Tiffany Henyard and other key figures in her administration. Our Regina Waldrop's been on this story from the beginning. She takes a deeper look tonight at the records that federal authorities are requesting.
They on the investigation, FBI.
What's next?
Looking at that.
A source close to the investigation provided NBC5 with this copy of the latest court order. It asked for a variety of financial reports like budgets, accounting records, and receipts for Mayor Tiffany Henyard, Village Administrator Keith Freeman, and Trustee Andrew Holmes, as well as several other companies and individuals, plus any records related to Henyard's charitable organizations. The subpoena also requests all travel records paid for by the municipality, including a trip taken to Las Vegas in May of last year. On that trip, both the mayor's former assistant and a Dalton police officer. They've both filed a civil lawsuit accusing Holmes of assault and battery and Henyard of retaliation. Regarding the lawsuit, the mayor and Holmes both declined to comment. The first two grand jury subpoenas were served April 10th, asking for personnel and disciplinary files for nearly 30 people. The subpoenas also ask for documents related to Keith Freeman, the village administrator recently indicted on charges of bankruptcy fraud. His attorney told us he has no plans to step down. A few days ago, the law firm representing the village and at least 19 lawsuits in Cook County and federal court said it's planning to withdraw from the cases May 8th due to lack of payment. NBC5 has obtained a copy of the letter sent to the village by the Delgado law firm, Chicago's former mayor and a former federal prosecutor as a special investigator. The next village board meeting set for Monday at 6:30. Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
Thanks, Regina.
Y'all get the picture?
For the very first time, we are hearing from the...
You get it, you going to jail if you didn't report what you supposed to be reported. This shit happened and you didn't say nothing about it, you going to jail. You know it just like I know it. I'm gonna give y'all a song right quick. Let y'all hear some music right quick for a sec. Give me a sec. We're gonna go on break. Let's go on break.
Just fame entertainment. What it do, McBean? Yeah. Watch a Mac, hey. Young nigga hold it, stick to the code. I know some real nigga rip from the phone. No cap. Through the front end, back door. Said then go call me too bold. Can't rob me, get a drink and unload. They do your homework on Mac Benzo. 14 years old, couldn't crack on the stove. 18 years old, put niggas on smoke. You know I'm the shit. Talking that shit, getting hit and shit. Stop saying GDK, you ain't stepping on shit. No rip the beat, don't rip my shit. 6 point star, I'm chalking the 6 shot. Drive by, I'm flipping that bill at the house. Flip going from S-Bash shit. Shoot the floor to get over too messy and shit. Damn. Young nigga hold it, stick to the code. I know some real nigga rip from the phone. No cap. Through the front end, back door. Said then go call me too bold. Can't rob me, get a drink and unload. They do your homework on Mac Benzo. 14 years old, couldn't crack on the stove. 18 years old, put niggas on smoke. Let's get the money, let's get the dollar. Let go and flip it up. We gon' flip it up. Mac Ben, you understand? Jets fam, we gon' load it up. Rack it up for the city, you understand? Been up 50. Nigga say I ain't got it. Nigga be talking to me. Bitch, I been up 50. Flicking, stacking and flipping that money, gon' get in that paper. Paper like. Getting that money, they get in that paper. They stacking that paper like. Niggas been hating on me. Choppers and people been hating on me. I got them choppers on deck for them pussy niggas that been hating on me. City to city, we go and get it. Truckload 50 to get it. I get it like y'all stand with the money. You know when I'm stuck the city. I never ever fold the nail, nigga. Never ever down the nail, nigga. My G is strong through the city. Them niggas, they know a nigga. They know what they know. City to city, just like the bird, man. Nigga swerve. You see like a bird, man. See, so when I ain't taking no chance. Gotta get them gone. Ain't taking no chance. Gotta see them song. Ain't taking no chance. Yeah, you understand that be the night. You understand that be the night. Young nigga.
Y'all know what? Y'all get the picture of what's going on. Let's get right. We can get right back at it. You know what I want to say there for the next one. But like I said though, y'all get it, man. Make sure y'all go like, share, subscribe to the Just Fam Entertainment YouTube page. Also on Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, everywhere. Just Fam Entertainment. Y'all like, share, subscribe. I am looking for music artists. Music artists, tap in with your music. We finna start doing live reviews. Tap in with your music. Music artists, tap in.